Hello YouTube, Robert Alvarez the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting and a Fan. And Durga is here, even though you don't see her. Isn't that right, Durga? Yeah, now she's quiet for a change. But here's her tail. So right now the time is approximately 7:46 p.m. and the date is Wednesday, February 28th, 2018. Tonight is the night before the full moon in Virgo, sign of healing. I was taught that the night before a full moon is called the bright moon. And the night before a full moon and the night before a new moon, which is called a dark moon, has a lot more power and magic and energy than the night of a full moon or the night of a new moon. If it works for you, it works for you. This is the magic that works for me, and this is what works for me. But in the meantime, I want to tell you something. So I had planned on doing this video on Valentine's Day, but that didn't work out for a lot of reasons, and that's fine. So there was a time when I used to be a bitter bitch, and I'll be very blunt about that. I used to be very bitter about a lot of things, about a lot of people, about a lot of everything. And of course, I was very down on romantic relationships. So these last few years, I'm a lot happier, I'm physically healthier, I'm emotionally healthier, I'm more at peace with all of life, ongoingly, if not every day. And strangely enough, I found that Valentine's Day didn't excite me. And I eventually found out why. Now, as much as I would love to tell you the story behind this, I don't think I have enough time for that. So what I'm going to do is take a sip of the tea that I'm drinking. Yes, I'm drinking tea. I'm drinking Yogi brand Blueberry Slim Life green tea. It's so delicious and it works. So, as I've mentioned in previous videos, I love the books written by Z Budapest. And this is actually her very first book, The Holy Book of Women's Mysteries. Now, let me reassure you that I am crystal clear that Z Budapest has written books primarily for women born women, and she really didn't take... Hi, Durga. She's so cute. And she really didn't take into consideration any other person when she wrote these books. And that's fine. You know, listen, I've often said that Z Budapest is not everybody's cup of tea. Then again, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and that's completely okay too. But the thing of it was, she actually writes about Valentine's Day. And she writes about Ostara, which is the Witches Valentine's Day. Now, Ostara is the magical holy day that is commonly known as the Vernal Equinox, or the first day of spring. It is also in Western astrology, International Astrology Day, and it is also the date when the sun enters Aries, the sign of new beginnings and the strongest of the fire signs. So, I want to read a little bit about this to you. And when I read this, it really made a lot of sense to me. So, in ancient times, we celebrated the importance of this time, Valentine's Day, with processions through the streets, dances, and curious sprinkling rituals. Actually, she's referring to Ostara, not the modern American Valentine's Day. So I stand corrected. In Hungary, they still do this in the countryside at Easter. Easter, Ostara, Isis, Ishtar, Astarte, you get it, right? Young boys go from house to house with vials of perfumed water and sprinkle all female members of the home, old and young alike. When this has been done, the women offer the boys boiled eggs, sometimes painted especially for a particular admirer. This is clearly a non-personal mating ritual, very sexual in nature. In the United States of America, Valentine's Day takes the place of Ostara, usually celebrated around March 30th. But at a time when nature is not attuned to the same vibrations. February 14th, the day currently signified as Valentine's Day, falls during a period when the ancients were celebrating Diazia, a gloom festival. Now think about it. Diazia. It doesn't sound very loving and romantic. Diazia. I mean, really. Blooming love is strained when nature is not yet ready for it. Isn't that right, Durga? Yes, so cute. The wooing which goes on today through gifts of flowers and love messages sent via cards is a modern mating dance celebrated too early. So when I first read this, I'm like, oh, that makes so much sense. Because you know what? Even now, I'm a happier person. I'm more at peace with all of life. Like I said, not every day, but most days. And it's like Valentine's Day, that's nice. It just doesn't do it for me. And there's nothing wrong with Valentine's Day being celebrated February 14th. A lot of people celebrate it, and it makes them very happy. And I also want to acknowledge that February 14th... Did I do something to your tail? I'm so sorry. February 14th is also the birthday of one of my favorite metaphysical authors, Dr. Catherine Ponder, who is the director of Unity Church Worldwide, headquartered in Palm Desert, California, and the author of, among others, The Prosperity Secrets of the Ages, Open Your Mind to Receive, and The Prospering Power of Love. Hi, you're so cute. Hope the camera caught... Hi, you were trying to leap on top of my head? You're so cute, looking cute. Anyway, so see, I'm full of love, and it's not even Valentine's Day, so deal with that. No, but seriously, it really made sense to me. And it also makes sense astrologically. The first day of spring, the shoots and the sprouts springing from the ground, springing into action, springing like a big heart-on. It makes a lot of sense. So yeah, I find that, and of course, I love that she spells Ostara capital Eostara. Now, I wonder if that's a typo. Because when I first saw this, it looked like capital Eostara. And I say that because Eos is the Greek goddess of the dawn. And that's what spring symbolizes. It symbolizes the dawning of new beginnings, the dawning of a new day. Granted, like the autumnal equinox, the vernal equinox is a period when the number of light and dark hours are equal. That's why it's called an equinox, as opposed to a solstice, when the sun soul is standing still, sis. But I find that it makes more sense to me energetically and magically to have a Valentine's Day celebration on Ostara. So I wanted to share that with all of you. And it is no coincidence that this year, Ostara, or the vernal equinox, is on Tuesday, a day of Mars, which rules Aries and co-rules Scorpio with Pluto. Tuesday, March 20th, 2018. So what I'm going to say to all of you is, if you want to bring something new into your lives, if you want to bring someone new into your lives, if you want something to dawn, if you want a new beginning to take place, then I absolutely recommend, I'm going to go with red, because red is a traditional Aries color, red is a traditional Mars color, and red is about passion, it's about aliveness, it's about vitality. It's a great color for physical protection. It's a great color because it also resonates with the root chakra, so it's really a great color to work with, especially in candle burning rituals, to absolutely... Oh, sorry about that. Pardon me. It's a great color to work with regards to the increase, or beginning to increase your financial supply level. And it certainly has a lot to do with increasing your health and vitality. Now, keep in mind, I am not a doctor, I am not a primary healthcare physician, but from a magical perspective, red is a great color to infuse your complete being, your body, your mind, your heart, your soul, your aura, with that kundalini energy, with that life force energy, with that coiled snake, that coiled cobra ready to like rise and shine like the dawning sun. So I would say do a little bit more research as to what you want to manifest. If you want to manifest, let's say, an increase in prosperity, then by all means use a combination of herbs that I learned from, hi, Durga, Patricia Telesco. And it's actually the primary ingredients that I use in my cash coffee. So allspice, cinnamon, and ginger. If, let's say, that you want to physically manifest a new romantic relationship, rose, jasmine, neroli, and lang lang. Lang lang heals a broken heart, and if you're going to begin a new romantic relationship, you certainly don't want to bring a broken heart into it. That never works, by the way. Some of you already know that, but in case you forgot, it does not work. And if you want to bring other things into your life, then do the research, see which herbs and essential oils resonate with you, and dress that candle up. And you're so cute. I have so much love for this cat, I'm telling you. She's my second rescued stray. And she and I have this really strong emotional bond. It's no coincidence that a lot of times when she lays on my chest, she will lay either on my heart chakra or on the physical location of my physical heart. I'm like, she knows what she's doing. Yes, she do. I'm going to keep this video short and sweet. If any of you have any questions about anything that I've discussed in this video, please let me know through the comments. And if you have not already subscribed to the YouTube channel of Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, I absolutely invite you to do so. That's yours truly, Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting and a Fan. And yes, there is a fan going on. Also, if you have not already scheduled your intuitive card reading with me, your private metaphysical class, hello Durga, or your energy healing treatment with me, I absolutely recommend you do so. As some of you know, I'm going back into the hospital to have the surgery that I was scheduled to have in late January. This one is going to take place on Thursday, March 15th, or rather, it has been officially rescheduled for Thursday, March 15th, which means that I will be available for readings and classes, private classes and energy healing treatments up until Saturday, March 10th. After that, I will not be available again until Monday, April 2nd, 2018. So definitely schedule your sessions as soon as possible. I don't normally have that kind of a break. And I know that sometime in April, I'm also going to have another 3-day Sacred Solitude period. I'm probably going to have one in March, but I feel the need to have one in April too. Yes. And I think that is it. Thank you, YouTube, for honoring who I am and what I do. Once again, if you have any questions, please submit them in the comments, and I will reply to them as soon as possible. And with that, I wish all of you many blessings, and may tonight's bright moon in Virgo bring you a great deal of healing, a great deal of inspiration, and a great deal of prosperity.